Welcome back to Learn English Xpert, the show where your English journey becomes a shared experience, full of tips, stories, and real progress. I'm Ethan.
And I'm Maya. If you've ever felt embarrassed because someone didn't understand what you said in English, or if you hesitate before speaking because you're not sure how a word sounds, this episode is especially for you.
Today, we're diving into one of the most overlooked, yet most important aspects of language learning, pronunciation. The title says it all, Mastering English Pronunciation, the ultimate guide.
This is going to be a deep one. We're not just giving you surface-level tricks. We're guiding you through the why, the how, the struggles, the solutions, and even the mindset you need to really own your English voice. Segment 1. Why pronunciation matters more than you think.
Let's start by being real. When you mispronounce a word in English, people might politely smile or nod, or maybe ask you to repeat. But inside, you feel that sting of discomfort, right?
Yeah, and over time, if this happens again and again, many learners begin to avoid speaking altogether. We've met students who have perfect grammar and a strong vocabulary, but they're afraid to speak out loud because they don't want to be misunderstood.
Pronunciation isn't about sounding native or perfect. It's about being clear, confident, and understood. And when that happens, you unlock communication. You make friends. You do better in interviews. You connect.
And I want to add something emotional here. Your voice is your identity. When you feel that your voice, your real voice, is being heard and understood in another language, that's empowering. It's life-changing. Segment 2. The Foundation, Understanding the Mechanics.
So how does pronunciation actually work? Let's break it down.
It starts with sound awareness. English has around 44 distinct sounds, many of which may not exist in your native language. These include vowels, consonants, diphthongs, those blended vowels, and more.
One tool that helps is the International Phonetic Alphabet, or IPA. Yes, it looks strange at first, like code, but it's actually your friend. It tells you exactly how a word is supposed to sound, no matter how it's spelled.
And let's be honest, English spelling is chaos. Why is through pronounced through and tough pronounced tough? They look similar but sound completely different. That's why learning the sound, not just the spelling, is so important.
Let's go even deeper. There are voiced and voiceless consonants. Try this. Put your hand on your throat. Say Z. You feel the vibration? Now say S. No vibration. That's voiced versus voiceless. Little things like this matter.
Then there's vowel length and quality. English vowels aren't just short or long. They have shape, tension, rhythm. For example, ship and sheep. You have to control how your mouth moves. That's why listening carefully is key. Segment 3. Common challenges and why they happen.
Let's talk real struggles. Why do learners find English pronunciation so hard?
Well, part of it is interference from the first language. For example, if your native language doesn't distinguish between l and r like Japanese, you may say lice instead of rice.
Another big one is silent letters and weird spellings. Words like subtle, knee, or kernel. They're like puzzles. And don't get me started on choir. Who would guess it's pronounced choir?
Then there's stress, word stress, sentence stress, intonation. These are rhythmic features that native speakers instinctively use. For example, I did say that versus I did say that. The meaning changes with the stress.
This is especially tricky for learners from syllable-timed language backgrounds like French or Spanish. English is stress-timed, so we compress or stretch words to fit the rhythm.
If you've ever watched English speakers talk and thought they were eating half the words, you're right. That's called connected speech, and it's why what do you want to do becomes what do you want to do. Segment 4. What you can do, exercises that actually work.
Let's move from theory to practice. Here's what you can start doing today.
First, shadowing. Find a short audio clip from a native speaker, a TED Talk, a podcast, a movie. Play a sentence, pause, then repeat it exactly. Match their tone, pitch, rhythm. Become their shadow.
Second, record yourself. It's uncomfortable at first, but incredibly powerful. Play it back, compare it to the original, and spot where the sounds differ. You can't fix what you can't hear.
Third, tongue twisters. These challenge your muscles and help you with tricky consonant clusters. Try this one. Sheep should sleep in a shed. Or truly rural.
And don't forget minimal pairs practice, words that differ by only one sound, like bit and beat, or fan and van. These train your ear to hear and produce subtle distinctions.
Segment 5, Mindset and Tools for Lifelong Progress.
Here's something many learners miss. Pronunciation isn't just physical, it's emotional.
Yes, you have to get comfortable with sounding different. It might feel weird or dramatic to exaggerate sounds, but English is dramatic. It's okay to sound new. That's growth.
And remember, everyone has an accent. Native speakers in the UK, US, Australia, they all sound different. What matters is clarity and confidence, not perfection.
So, what can you use to help? Forvo, hear native speakers pronounce any word. Youglish, hear words used in real YouTube videos. Elsa Speak, AI feedback on your pronunciation. Italki or Cambly, talk to real tutors and get feedback. Anki, create flashcards with IPA and audio.
We want to leave you with this. Your voice matters. Pronunciation isn't a test to pass. It's a tool for connection with others and with yourself.
If you stick with it, even just 10 to 15 minutes a day, you will improve. It's about consistency, curiosity, and courage.
So be brave, speak out loud, make mistakes, laugh at yourself, and celebrate every time you're understood. That's success.
Thanks for joining us today. If this episode helped you, please consider subscribing, leaving a review, or sharing it with someone who needs it.
And tell us, what's your biggest pronunciation challenge? We'd love to help in a future episode.
Until next time, keep learning,
Keep growing.
and speak English like the expert you are.